Welcome to the inaugural episode of a new series that I'm calling The Lazy Gardener, or Gardening for People Who Just Can't Be Bothered. Now, the whole ethos behind lazy gardening is to not strive for perfection, only balance. Today, I'm actually going to do something that requires some level of difficulty, so maybe not the best choice to start out with the lazy gardening series, but here it is. The snake plant here. I'll give you a big look. It's huge. I've had this since about 2006. Bought it at a grocery market. It was about, let me steady that. About maybe this tall. Now it's pretty big. So in its current form, I brought it into my other job. A lot of you don't know that besides playing music, I work in a high school. And when we recently went back to work, after some of the COVID restrictions were lifted, I noticed that there's a narrow passway right next to my desk, and I thought this would be perfect to put in that narrow passageway to kind of act as a social distance plant. It kind of worked in some ways. People would respect the space and the plant, but there was always that one person who tried to squeeze around it or walk over it, completely disrespecting the space and the plant. So after 10 years in this particular building, I've accepted an opportunity at a new building, but I wasn't really sure what to do with the plant. A few of my cool co-workers expressed an interest in maybe taking a leaf to try to propagate it that way. But I also remembered the last time I tried that it didn't work quite well. So I came up with the bright idea of actually putting some effort into it, and I'm going to divide this plant up. So I'm gonna have to separate the roots. I've never done it before, but it's time. It's getting quite crowded in there, look at that. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's big. And it's only tilted a little bit because when I had to bring it home, I had to lay it down flat in the van. That's how tall it is. So hopefully my fun coworkers will each get a little piece of this beautiful big papa, and we'll see what happens. All right. Now this plant actually thrives on neglect, making it the perfect choice for the lazy gardener. But still, I want to be careful and give it the best chance at survival in its various new pots. So I've spread a blanket down. It's not that hot yet, so let's begin. Step 1 is make the plant comfortable before surgery. All right, so here he is, horizontal. As I said earlier, I bought him in 2006 when he was just a little tiny, maybe 2-foot plant. And it spread rapidly for a few years until it ended up in this ugly ass pot right here. But look at that. Look at those roots. This is gonna be probably a bigger job than I had planned. That's okay. You can see also, because it's been outside a lot of the time, you see a lot of the tiddlywinks from trees. There's a beetle kind of hiding out. It's like, what are you doing? I also pulled a couple candy wrappers out of there, confirming that this is not the plant to be leaving at school. They don't respect the plant. So all right, let's begin. So as you can see, these are tightly bound roots. So I'm just gonna try to section off pieces, gently kind of tug at them. Shake off a little bit of this dirt, or a lot of bit of this dirt. And where it just won't give, I'm going to have to gently cut around the roots. So everyone say a prayer for Big Papa. Step 2 is to try to gently tug apart sections before you actually start cutting. When I started to cut, I faced down towards the roots, so I was cutting straight down. Alright, so here's some progress. I've been cutting gently along the roots, and before I did that I kind of gently pulled the plant apart to see which way the stalks would lean and followed that pattern. Definitely not the best job for the lazy gardener, but it had to be done. Here's a few already separated portions, and before I actually put dirt in there, I'm just gonna pull off some of the dead leaves and just clean it up a bit. So, progress. Most definitely keep some ibuprofen at hand, maybe an extra cocktail. The whole process from start to finish actually took 4 hours and a lot of muscle and sweat. So the lazy gardener was anything but today. But, hold on. Check out the results. Oh yeah.